Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Game Arena in beautiful Columbus, Ohio. Black Ops 6 launch tournament. My name is the Matman. Alongside me once again, Mr. Shivy, back in the booth. That's just a quick game hiatus, and we're hopping right in to one of the spiciest matchups of the day. We've got Team Acrylic taking on Thrive. And Shivy, this has been one that we've had our eyes on for pretty much the whole day.
I mean, after that interview with Dello, this better be the close match, right? You can't come in with the amount of aura and confidence that you did with that winner's interview and be like, yeah, we're the only team that can give these guys a run for their money. I'm expecting a close match, 5 games, hopefully, or at least like 240, 250 kind of hard points, that kind of stuff. Thrive, to me, has been like one of the better hard point teams here. And yeah, I mean, Team Acrylic, I don't even have to like go over this roster. You guys know who these people are. Matt, you've already given me the lowdown. Like, these are some top tier players. No,
absolutely top tier shooters. Obviously, when you have the likes of Arcities on your squad, always kind of turning heads and eyeballs going to be on you. But Neum, Dak, and Merc, obviously a big 3 squad as well, have had plenty of success throughout the challenger scene, and they're going up against the young guns, Icons, Nate, Stu, and Dello. And obviously, we've been kind of talking a lot about it. Dello with a lot to say there in his early interview today. We've got the best hardpoint team in Thrive going up against what's probably the best team on paper here at the LAN in Team Acrylic. Rewind Hardpoint, Verkuda Search and Destroy, Skyline Hardpoint are certain 3 maps. And if we get there, a Vault Hardpoint and Rewind Search and Destroy await. And as you said, Shib, hopefully we make it at least to that map 4.
Yeah, the key for Thrive is to take this map 1, right? Like, that's how they have to set the tone here. If they take this hardpoint map, even if they do give Vorkuta over, they've got 2 more chances on the back-to-back hardpoint to kind of like maybe even things up or even take the set 3-1 here. I expect 5 games, but I think if it goes to 5 games, Acrylic will take it in that last S&D here as we do get into the match, as Rewind, like you said, is our map 1. And this has been a really interesting map. That point 1 at Blockbuster has always been, like, I feel like the most bloodiest out of all of these, and then you can kind of, once you get into point 3, point 4, that's where teams really start to rally together as we jump right into this match. Thrive just coming in with a 3-1 split right now onto this map.
Thrive hitting the point early with those good side spawns and turns for P2, and it's already going to be Team Acrylic that are working their way down the mid area and starting to find a couple of kills. Mercantile going to plant a few there, and it looks like we're going to have a quick lobby reset. So get everything all figured out as Team Acrylic and Thrive head back into the lobby. Get things set back up, but a little bit of a taste, a little bit of a sample side, if you will, there of Rewind Hardpoint. Obviously, it looked like Thrive was wanting to hit the early aggression on in. Team Acrylic a little bit slower, but finding the kills necessary.
Yeah. Thrive kind of hitting the reset, going, wait, time out. I wasn't ready, guys. And then that's what happened here, unfortunately. I think we did get a DC, so we'll get everybody back in. But yeah, Team Acrylic just coming in, both of these guys doing a 3-1 split. I kind of like the positionings that Thrive took when they were on that spawn side, right? They were just peeking through the doors, peeking through the windows here, but I mean, not too much to infer, right? Those opening kills from Acrylic, that probably won't be the standard pace of the hardpoint. At least I hope.
Yeah, you know, a little bit of a tone setter there, about 3 seconds into the hardpoint. You know, Team Acrylic getting a few good kills here and there. But for me, I mean, this all relies on Thrive's shoulders. It all depends on how Thrive plays this series. They can come out, like you said, get this map 1 under their belt, take a respawn off of this Team Acrylic team, because that's been the problem when teams have been going up against Acrylic. They're good in the S&D, but playing hardpoint against guys of this caliber is always a difficult and tall task. Thrive versus Acrylic. Winners finals, a trip to the Grands on the line.
We're back right into the action. Everybody's loaded in. We're good to go, and a lot less opening kills right now. As I say that, though, Merc and Arc City's just open up with a 2-pop.
Right off the bat, Team Acrylic flaunting the gunny advantage. A couple of kills going to come in the feed as Thrive tries to make their way around the outside. Stu, a couple of shaky shots, though, will be able to find one, as Nate going to find his second on the board as well. And Thrive finally dipping their toes into the hill, at least for the moment. Still 23 seconds left to work with here on this hill.
Yeah, and the match that we commentated with Thrive, right? Nate was the one that was really popping off here. I feel like everybody on Thrive's side are going to have to have those kind of performances consistently to take this map off of Acrylic, who are just frying Thrive in the 1v1s right now.
Yeah, that's going to be the difficult task. How can you match up against this Team Acrylic squad in the gunny terms? Thrive already kind of looking a little bit on the back foot here as they try to work their way around the back. Dello kind of sneaking through the grass like a snake, but it is Team Acrylic that has locked down these back spawns. They have held down this hill. They've got to find the kills to justify it, though.
Yeah, they're going to go into this hill right now as Thrive. It's a nice three-piece for themselves. They should be able to take control of this hard point as you see them swarming in right now. Team Acrylic, though, no slouches. They're funneling in very quickly, though.
Mercury's couple of kills there going to go his way as Thrive will still lock this hill down. Trades going either which way, and now Dak works his way into the hill. It finds only good for one as the close respawns from Thrive will be good enough for them to hold down this backside of the map. Mercury's still on the attack, only good for one. Nades, stuns, guns, everything being thrown right now here at this P2. As Stu now on the 5-3 before he gets shut down as Thrive working their way now. A little bit of scrap time for them, but it's those rotational battles that have already been won by Team Acrylic.
Yeah, they already see them kind of going towards that next point right now. Someone's already parked themselves over there. Although Thrive is going to get a nice tiny bit of lead. Let's see how fast they can break this hold from Team Acrylic. As you can see, they're already watching the lanes right now. 2 good kills, though, coming out. Everybody on Thrive on the scoreboard.
Still, though, kills coming through for Team Acrylic will allow them to contest this hill and allow Mercules to just walk right on in for a free one. Nate, though, right on in on his turn, tries to find one, but no more than that as Neum will shut him down. And Team Acrylic will continue to hold this time, but Thrive running through the burger outside, trying to find a couple of kills, but it's a 3-for-1 trade that goes the way of the boys in blue. But still, not quite able to get on this hill, not quite able to find the solidified time that you'd like.
Yeah, this dumpster point, probably the hotly contested on this map, right? The bloodiest for sure. Such a small space for you to actually kind of get some of this points and time in, as though, as I say that, Acrylic, though, Merc on them side, just picking up kills left and right.
Kills left and right. Time left and right here for Team Acrylic as they continue to just garner it up right now, trying to get the lead change back in their favor ever so slightly. And for the moment, this has just been as mixy as you like, and it's the perfect start that I think Thrive wanted. You just want to keep the game close. You don't want to go out there and smack these guys. You know that that's not really going to be a possibility. You want to come in, keep it close, hard point to hard point, and just not go down too much on your stat lines. But a 4 dead in the feed there will hurt those causes.
Now, Arc City getting those cozies right now as they're picking up a couple points onto this hard point right now. Again, Team Acrylic rotating early, getting their man parked there, and just having them watch these lanes right now. Dak right now is just playing Enforcer. He's not even allowing Thrive to get near this hard point.
Team Acrylic starting to run away with it for a little bit, but Icons him with that pistol will work his way into this hill. Mercules trying to work his way back on in for Team Acrylic and will do just that. 2 big kills for the boys in pink, and now they garner a little bit of this scrap time back into their favor as well, though. These rotational gunfights have to be won now. Number 4, you're looking at Neum right now, rather in Arcides, who's already kind of playing a corner right here towards this new side.
Yeah, and Arcides has been doing that pretty consistently for Team Acrylic this map, right? Kind of taking those outer edges, looking for the people rotating on Thrive side and picking up 1 or 2 right now. As Thrive do have control of the hard point, but Team Acrylic very, very good at just funneling in and clearing out instantly.
Dello, good trade back on in as Thrive tries to work their way through. Dello, another kill for him. Not going to be the 3rd, though, as Mercules will come in and find at least 1. Nate the Great now over the top side to try to find a kill, but it's not going to be real easy with Team Acrylic. Now having the numbers advantage now towards the hill, starting to work their way through the mid area. These mid cubbies starting to work their corners, and now you can see the moment where Team Acrylic, they just seemingly have a little bit of extra gears every now and then to just turn up when it is needed the most.
Yeah, and I love how they position themselves outside of this hard point, right? Only virtually 2-3 ways to really get into here. So they've got 1 guy on the map, 1 guy on the point, and everybody else outside just peeking through, constantly head glitching. Very, very difficult for Thrive to kind of take this, as you see. Anytime they get a kill, Team Acrylic is there to trade it immediately.
Playing the perfect hardpoint trade battles right now is Team Acrylic, and as well, hitting the rotations really nice through these last couple of hills. Thrive definitely seeming like they are more on the back foot now, and it's Team Acrylic that has just really been kind of holding this, not necessarily even playing with their food, Shibby, but really just kind of handling a team.
Just feels like really clean, hard point gameplay, right, from Team Acrylic. Rotations on point, early rotations, trade kills, everything. While Thrive is playing a little bit more fast, a little bit more chaotic, which can work out for them sometimes as you see them getting some kills onto the board.
Now hopping on with Merc. as he tries to make his way through the backside, and now it is Thrive with this solidified hold on P1, doing a good job at kind of soaking up some of this time, trying to get that lead, a little bit of a dent put in it. Neum, though, going to be able to find one, as well as his teammates coming up big over towards this opposite P2 side. Will be able to extend the lead ever again for Team Acrylic.
Team Acrylic right now, just going to start, again, early rotating to that next site, right, as we see Thrive picking up some points here, keeping it close like you mentioned. I mean, there's a real world where these guys turn it on. We've seen them do it before. Towards that later stage, later parts of the game, they can just kind of go on a run here.
Dak able to find one there onto Dello. Now another one's with the pistol here, just trying to work his way around, but it's trade battles that are ensuing now all over this hill. Thrive will come out on top of it, but won't come out on top of the hill time. Contested for now, Merc finally gets dealt with, and now Thrive can start to work their way back into the driver's seat here a little bit. 148 to 120 and counting right now for the boys in blue, and this P2 has honestly been one of the best hills that they've had so far.
Yeah, consistently being able to hold it, right? I think both teams, just kind of all the teams we've seen, this P2, once you have control of it, it's very, very easy to keep control as the trophy systems come out, as the nades don't really do too much damage onto this point, as we see the door play coming in. I mean, Thrive keeping it close right now. They've almost had complete control of this point. I think 50 seconds, maybe?
I mean, it's been a great hold from them here, and this is exactly what you'd like to see out of Thrive, right? It's always the kind of late game comebacks that they're liking to pull off. 148 to 143 now. You got to get in position, though, to try to chow on to this dumpster point. As the hill just pops and Team Acrylic continues to find kills. A team killed in there for Thrive. Not going to help your causes as the rest of you just meet your demise. Team Acrylic wipes them right off of the map and now has taken full control of this P3.
Back to the bloodiest point here, the dumpster of doom, let's call it, is right now Thrive trying to break this hold right now, but Acrylic have complete control. As I say that, though, Thrive with the three-piece.
Thrive, big three-piece on in, but Arcity's in co will combine right back with 3 of his own, and Team Acrylic will continue to lock down this P3. You've got to worry about these close spawns, though, over towards P4. It's just a hop, a jump, a skip right on over to it. Team Acrylic with a position now, if they can chain both of these hills together, to take a massive lead in this map 1.
Would be rough right now. As you said, Thrive, they do have the better spawn advantage. They're going to hold those lanes in. They already got somebody on that next point right now, and let's see if they can kind of stuff out this Acrylic offensive.
149 and counting right now for Thrive. They have got to get back into this game, but Dak and Merc just working their way around the backside as of yet, and now Arcees himself finds in for one. A couple of trades going either which way, but Team Acrylic going to come out on top of those battles. 43 seconds left to work with on the point, and Thrive, you have got to get something going, and you have got to get it going now.
Yeah, they got to start cooking really quickly right now as Acrylic is off of the hard point for now. Thrive kind of just keeping it close right here, and they're winning their ones. Icons picks up 1 here. Let's see if he can get more.
Arcees holding this back lane down as Team Acrylic is just ever so slightly accruing this lead back and forth. 200-point threshold now met, as well with 16 seconds left to scrap. They can really afford to just kind of work with this, be a little bit sluggish on the rotations towards new, and really with the gunny advantage, it's just been so hard to deal with for Thrive.
I mean, Merc is just going on a tear right now. He's having himself a game, 31-17 right now. He's been the difference maker. As I say that, Nate picks up a kill. Let's see if Thrive can kind of turn it into 5th gear.
Thrive now onto the new hill as Dak works his way around, shots in first, gonna be able to find it. Neum finds a third, and all of a sudden, Team Acrylic wipes clean. 4 dead in the feed, and a lot of time left to work with. You only need 25 seconds to win.
40 seconds on this hard point right now. Let's see if Thrive can break this. One of the more difficult ones here, as Team Acrylic have been able to hold this before. See them flooding in right now. Thrive, they have to break it. They don't have any more time.
30 seconds left to work with, but you only need 15 for the win. Team Acrylic starting to do the dirty work, but it's a 3-piece in the feed, but it doesn't go anywhere if it's a team kill, and Arcees are able to take out 2 more into a Thrive. Only 8 seconds needed now as Arcees able to find one. Now heading on to another one. 16, all now gone. Arcees lights up the kill feed, but it is Thrive that makes their way into the hill.
Yeah, 5 seconds though for, or not even 5, 4 seconds for Acrylic right now. Thrive have to play flawless Call of Duty like we call it, and they gotta be on point here. They gotta get on the rotates. They gotta make sure that they're there super quickly. Let's see if they can contest this. We1 back in action. We're back at block.
Yeah, but with Team Acrylic only needing 2 seconds, this is just such a hard hill to hold. Thrive have to be perfect, have to be flawless. The shots are starting to come in. The chows are coming in from Team Acrylic. They work their way on in, but it is Stu and Nate that combine for 3 and seem Team Acrylic packing.
Yeah, Team Acrylic have about 35 seconds for a couple more offenses here, a couple more pushes into this. Let's see if Thrive's late game heroes can kind of come in and save the day right now. They're holding it for now.
But Team Acrylic with only, again, needing 2 seconds. It's just 1 kill needed. Now the contested hill comes through. Team Acrylic hops right on the hill and gets it done. 250 to 202. And Team Acrylic take map number 1. Thrive showing a little bit of fight there throughout that map, keeping it close. But again, it's just the S&D, or rather the hardpoint prowess that comes out of this Team Acrylic squad, and the respawn having to go against these guys in a gunny situation is just such a tall task.
Yeah, we saw, as we see this kill feed, or the best play, whatever you want to call it, Thrive, they had some moments here, but I think Merc just did a fantastic job turning it into a higher gear, right? 37 and 21, 25 non-traded kills. That is absolutely bonkers here. I mean, he was kind of turning up and getting those 1v1 challenges like you mentioned. Thrive, unfortunately, kept it close, but not close enough here. It looked like they were turning the tide a little bit towards the end, but unfortunately 250 is the limit. And so Team Acrylic pick up that hard point, and now they've got to go to Vorkuta, which you mentioned Team Acrylic might drop a map here, potentially to Thrive.
I mean, just both of these teams, though, being respawn prowess teams, really focusing on the hard point game mode. S&D is going to be an interesting one between both of these teams, because Speedy White Men obviously able to take the S&D off of Arcities in Co. For Thrive, the only maps that they have lost throughout this entire tournament have been S&Ds. So it's interesting to see whose S&D is going to come out on top. But I'll say this right now. If you've already got S&D problems and you're playing a squad like Arcities and DAC, you are not in a good spot.
Yeah, it's maybe not whose is best, but whose is less worse, right? For search and destroy here, as like you said, a couple teams, taking an S&D map off of them, and yeah, Team Acrylic definitely have the momentum going into this, and if they're gonna take this potentially and then go into Skyline Hardpoint, it could be rough here. Team Thrive, they have to take this search and destroy. I don't think it's an option, right? You can't hope to bounce back into Skyline, into Vault, especially for Team Acrylic if they have that 2-0 lead. They just need to win 1 out of the next 3 here. So in my opinion, a do or die map for Team Thrive.
No,
here.
absolutely. And I mean, especially with hardpoint being your main game mode, beating these guys on a hardpoint just looks to be almost impossible. So it's going to be big for them here. Get that map 2 win. Bounce back into Skyline. But I mean, for me, Shib, I don't know where Thrive really makes their mainstay, right? I mean, Team Acrylic has just looked so good at every facet of the game.
I think the thing is, right, for Team Thrive, we've seen some of these guys turn up, right? D'Lo, Nate, Icons at some points. We've seen them kind of drop some crazy KDs on hard points, some crazy non-contested kill counts, right? And I think for Team Acrylic, that individual was Merc. He kind of just turned up there and was frying Team Thrive for a while. Let's see if things can change on Vorkuta. You can have those hero moments. Search and Destroy, one of those kind of maps where, one of those game modes, one of those kind of maps where if you're frying, if you're hitting all your shots, if you're doing what you can do, then you can really kind of take a early 6-3, 6-4 even, and kind of make Team Acrylic sweat for it.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw this Vorkuta in the last series that we casted. And I mean, this Vorkuta S&D, defense is the name of the game. If you're on the offensive side, you have to make that quick, decisive hit, and you have to get onto one of those sites, because if you do not, it can be an absolute hellscape to get out of your spawn.
Yeah, Vorkuta and Rewind kind of both sharing that kind of similarities when you're on the offensive side. It feels really tough to kind of break it here. But Vorkuta, an interesting map, like you mentioned, a lot more of the classic Call of Duty maps that I'm used to in regards to like the color scheme, right? Gray, blue, all that kind of stuff. Not as colorful here, but I really want to see Team Acrylic and how they kind of post up on their offensive side. Like you mentioned, them losing that map early on in their earlier match, I think can give Thrive a big opening, can kind of maybe run away with it, right? String a couple rounds together, keep Team Acrylic sweating. Maybe you get a streak. Maybe we see some more RC car action here. That could really turn the tide for Thrive as we do get into the map right now. You mentioned we've seen a ton on hardpoint. S&D functions very differently on what angles you're taking, especially in some of these buildings and these tight corners, right? A lot of good head peaks and a lot of good like corner peaks for here. I believe.
Absolutely. And I mean, you're coming out against a team that has R-Cities on it. You have these players like Dak who have been in the biggest of big time moments. as a team like Thrive in a LAN setting like this, you have just got to start throwing everything and the kitchen sink at these guys, particularly on the offensive side. You cannot get stuck in your spawn and let Team Acrylic just pick you off one by one. Here we go. Map number 2, Thrive versus Team Acrylic, heading right into the action.
Yeah, and we see Thrive already just overloading on the one side of the map right now, but they're gonna kind of back out here, as we've already seen Neum get 2 kills for himself. It's a 2v4 in a matter of seconds.
And this is exactly the kind of thing that you wanted to avoid if you are Team Thrive, and it is a quick 4-up, 4-down round, and Team Acrylic off to another hot start here in map number 2.
That was some nasty nade action there from Neum, just absolutely terminating Team Thrive in a matter of seconds right now. You did mention the offensive side is a bit harder here, so let's see if Team Acrylic faces some of the same issues as Thrive, swaps over to defense.
It's going to be interesting to me to see as well what a team like Team Acrylic, would they have this kind of star power, star-studded roster, what they kind of elect to do on the offensive side of this map, because we've seen a lot of teams struggle, a lot of teams not know really what they want to do. It'll be interesting to see a team as star-studded as Team Acrylic do what they do.
These nades have just been on point from Team Acrylic. If you're not dead, you're taking most of your life down right now. As guys are just trading back and forth. Util just being popped over and over again. Let's see if Team Acrylic is taking it a bit slow right now, but Dello gets the 1v1.
Big kill for Dello. Opens things up, man advantage in the round here early for the side of Thrive. You're already going to be able to take out Neum as well. So now into the 2v4 for Merc, and Dak not looking really great. A lot of Team Acrylic players in these power positions. Going to be very, very hard to deal with them, but you get 1 kill out towards the outside, and now Mercules all left on his lonesome. Can he make it happen?
1v4 right now. Team Acrylic, like we said, facing some of those same struggles. Even though they try to slow down a bit of the pace of the game, it's really hard on the offensive side right now. And Icons, I think you should play for your life there, as does get traded out. Is it weird to say that Acrylic may have had a worst offensive round? It felt like they tried a strategy, they slowed it down, and they still kind of messed up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the name of the game here on this map. I mean, defense is just a struggle bus, or rather offense, just a struggle bus, man. I mean, just not a lot of angles, not a lot of room to move around on the map. You see them kind of hitting those mid angles, starting to get a little bit active early. Before Team Acrylic right now, just nothing going on the offensive side, and kind of exactly what we've been seeing time and time again here on this map.
Yeah, 2 offensive rounds both teams are not happy about. Super sloppy as the first kill already comes in. D'Lo goes down.
D'Lo down early here. As Thrive gonna have to back on up. Icons will trade one back out to get it at least into the 3v3, and now Icons starting to make the hero play around through the backside, able to find 2 big kills there, but traded back now on to Nate. 2v2 now ensuing.
Yeah, see if they can get the trick kill. RCD needs to go down right now, and instead it's traded out. It's a 1v1. Icons, though, fortunately does not have enough time. He was frying for a bit, Matt. He had me believing.
Nah, I mean, having the hero ball played through mid opens up to get those first 2 kills, but with his teammates kind of falling around on the off screen, just not enough numbers advantage to really be able to make that one work. Team Acrylic makes do on the defense once again, and now takes a 2-1 map lead here in this S&D.
Offense is just unfortunately not the name of the game for both of these guys right now. Let's see if Thrive can string up a similar defensive round. I really liked their defense on their first go around and how they kind of just challenged Acrylic and beat them, as we saw some really interesting plays from D'Lo, right? Getting that good 1v1 turn. So let's see if they can do some more hero ball. Icon, like you said, doing really good right now.
Nade over the top side from Neum, going to be delegated by that trophy system, so Team Acrylic still haven't found a first blood yet here, at least in this round. Working their way around with that bomb, trying to kind of see what bomb site they'd like to hit, as it's just the crossers right now for Thrive that are just playing these off angles, playing these overwatch positions. And for the moment, Team Acrylic is going to get sent to the grave stew with the big explosion, able to take out 2, and now Dak and Merc all left alive in the 2v4.
Yeah, those 2 guys were just going back and forth, hunting for info. You just take a nade to the face. Both of them, unfortunately, go down here. 2v4 situation for Team Acrylic. Dak and Merc alive, though. Let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can pull some magic out of their hat. Maybe the rabbit will come out.
2v4. 30 seconds left. Not a lot of time to work with here if you are these two Team Acrylic
Whoa.
players. And now there is no time left to work. 2 up, 2 down. The 4v2 in Thrive has now put their second round on the board and has knotted us back up at 2 apiece. A defensive masterclass being put on between both of these teams so far.
Look, I'm not the most experienced in Call of Duty map design, but it might be a problem if defense is the only round wins on this map. Maybe we need to swap it out of the pool, or maybe it gets reworked. I don't know if they'll do that here, but Team Acrylic and Thrive switching sides once again. If Thrive just break one of these offensive rounds, if they can get one in their pockets, surely they have the series, or surely they have the map in their hands.
Neum working towards this front side, as you do see Icons going on a little bit of a move here early. He's gotten active, and now he's starting to get a couple of kills. Finds the first blood in the back pocket for Thrive, and now is going to push Team back all the way back.
Yeah, and Thrive get really deep into this bomb site. They push Team Acrylic back, like you mentioned, that opening kill. Although Neum catches them out and 2 go down, but it's 2v2 right now. Icons and Stu versus Arcides and Dak. Let's see what they can pull.
Icons trying to find the first shots here, but Arcides will lay a couple down himself. Now realizing that both of these players are here, backs on out, finds the first, just not the second. Trade is come through, and now Icons. He's found 3 in the round so far, but he's going to have to find the ace if he wants to get this round in the back pocket.
Good position for Icons, though, right? You can only watch one bomb site here. Dak is going to have to guess which one he's at. So I like how he's kind of slowing the pace of the game down right now. Look at Icons just waiting patiently, looking for an errant rotation here as he's going to get the bomb. He's got to plant it, though, and he's going to go down.
Yeah, just having to recover that bomb down in kind of a precarious position just allows Team Acrylic to be able to play the Overwatch over the bomb site. You get the player that's trying to plant, easy peasy, fundamental S&D, and you get the round in the back pocket. 5 straight defensive rounds now in a row split between both of these teams. Team Acrylic up 3-2. Already with that 1-0 map lead, so you got to figure this S&D of utmost importance for both of these teams.
Yeah, Thrive gonna have to string themselves up a similar defensive round right now, but they're getting closer and closer, right? On the offensive side. That was a 1v1. It was very winnable for Team Thrive there. Unfortunately, a couple things didn't go their way as Acrylic have not looked the hottest on the offensive side. I feel like Thrive has had them figured out for a bit.
Now trying to make their way through. Bomb in hand here for Team Acrylic. It has just been an absolute hellscape if you are on the offensive side here in this S&D. You try to make your way here now over towards this outside bomb, but now with nades going down, stuns coming over the top side, looking for information here. It's just the slow play from Team Acrylic.
You see them, they're trying to poke and prod out of these maps. They know where D'Lo is. Let's see if they can actually get the trade, though. D'Lo picks up 1. He just needs to play his life, wait for his team to come in and help him out right now.
First kill will come through. Now shots onto Dello will be good as well. Force him out into the 3v3. Shots, though, from Dello are clean from up top. And now, all of a sudden, everything being flipped on its head a little bit here for Team Acrylic. Now putting themselves into a 2v4, make it a 1v3 with 26 seconds left. This is all but over.
You can chalk it up. Team Acrylic, in this case, Dak, has to come up huge. Picks up 1, but like you said, 15 seconds. Not a lot of time. He's going to have to plant that bomb eventually. Let's see if Team Thrive can kind of keep it close. Bombs down, picks it up. Oh, it doesn't get it with the pistol kill, unfortunately. Thrive tie it up 3-3. Whose S&D is worse, Matt? That was the question we asked. It seems like both of these guys equally matched right now.
Well, I mean, really, it just seems like, to me, the first one to win an offensive round is going to be able to change the pace of this game. Obviously, Thrive there, picking up that next defensive round win, tying us up at 3 apiece. But, I mean, we have just gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It'll have to be on to one of these two teams to try to get that offensive round win in their back pocket.
If you recall, I feel like Thrive has gotten the closest. They've gotten these offensive rounds down to a 1v1 at best here, so just need to work these man advantages, get their gunfights. It looks like Team Thrive have kind of turned it a new gear. I feel like Icons, as I say that, Nate goes down here. Icons has been fighting some really nice kills. D'Lo goes down as well. Acrylic, 4v2 situation.
Now, just going to get even worse here for the side of Thrive. I mean, you are just getting players sit down to the grave at every turn. Stu, last one left alive. We'll find the first one here in the 1v3. Maybe the second shot's going to come in. Not going to allow that to happen. And Team Acrylic will win their next defensive round, take the 4-3 lead. And now we're right back onto the same story, different font, as Thrive now is being put into the defensive position once again.
I apologize, Team Thrive. That was my bad. Huge caster curse from me, unfortunately, as all their members go down. But yeah, we're just trading defensive rounds back and forth. This map, very, very defensive-sided here. Let's see if Team Acrylic can look to break that curse right now as Thrive want to definitely bounce back. Not so good. Probably one of their worst offensive rounds here.
Team Acrylic, bomb in hand, looking to force the issue quite early here, but just going to play the slow game here. Going to be waiting for those players to push on through, making the over-aggressive play. But it is going to be Thrive that is just going to sit back and wait for the pushes to come on through. And Icons will be able to deal with the first. Tags in onto the second. Slide Chow on out. Tags go into him, and he will be forced to back on out. So that will be site control for the side of Team Acrylic. For the moment, Thrive still has players kind of lurking all around.
I do love that, though, because they understand you can take the retake, right? 4v3, you've got time. You don't have to sell your soul for that bomb site there. Picks up that early kill. Bomb does get planted. Let's see what Thrive now on the offensive have to retake this bomb site.
Man advantage for Thrive.
This might be the first plant we've gotten.
Got to get the replay on, though. Tags on in early from Dak and Co. They're going to be able to just back on out. Slow plays from both of these teams so far. Now trying to make their way onto the bomb site.
Merc is in a very interesting position. Unfortunately, gets taken out. D-Lo gets traded. It's a 2v2 all of a sudden, and still Thrive have to defuse.
Ooh, Team Acrylic winning their first offensive round win, and now have taken a 5-3 lead in this map number 2. All of a sudden, things get flipped on their head. The offensive round win and the first offensive round win here in this map number 2 has given a big-time lead to the side of Team Acrylic. And they find themselves back on that much favorable defensive side with a chance to put a stamp on this map number 2.
And it's unfortunate, right? Icons gave up that site, wanted to play the 4v3 retake, I presume. They just could not get that going there. Matt, you pointed that out earlier. Let's see if Thrive can make something happen right now, as their offensive rounds have not been the best here. Acrylic on the defense.
Oh my
Big
God.
double kill.
The 3-piece immediately from Team Acrylic, giving them a few extra shots to take home in a doggy bag. And Team Acrylic, 3 straight rounds seemingly out of nowhere, and have put a stamp on this series, up 2-0, and have to be feeling good.
I know you said it, Matt, that the team that takes their first offensive round will take the game here, but it's kind of cheating when you get to that 5-match, 5-point mark here as Team Acrylic on the defensive side. Man, was close. It was close for a bit, trading defensive rounds back and forth, but Acrylic finally find that one round they needed, that offensive round, get them up into that 5-3 position. And yeah, that last round, defensive round, was absolutely disgusting. A big nade coming in and getting that double kill. Now you go to Skyline. Now you go to Hardpoint. And Thrive, I know we talk about it, but you kind of have to play flawless now, right? Like, you have to just be on point every single map. You've got to do it 3 maps in a row here. You've got nothing to give.
No, absolutely nothing to give. The hardest task in CoD, the reverse sweep, now on the docket for Thrive if they want to be able to win this series. And it all starts right here on Skyline Hardpoint. You got Vault Hardpoint if we need it coming up right after that. But for me right now, I mean, Team Acrylic, I mean, this has just been the name of the game this entire LAN. I mean, when we looked at these 48 teams, Team Acrylic was the team that just came up time and time again, just rearing its head with this roster. Merc, obviously one of the best young players in the game, alongside with Dak and Arcides and Neum. This roster is absolutely disgusting, top to bottom, and in every single game mode, always looking to be the top dogs. You see it 250 to 202, 6-3 in the S&D, presumably looking to put their stamp on this series and send themselves into the grand finals. But for Thrive, how do you get back into this one? What do you do to kind of change the story right now?
it feels like Merc has kind of been popping off. He's the one that's really frying on Team Acrylic side here. Thrive, though, coming in late, right? Icons we saw coming with some sneaky kills in here. Hardpoint, a different story. I think we saw Nate last time we saw him here. Last time we casted, he popped off really well. But Skyline, one of those maps, I feel like the hot tub point and the kitchen point, two of the hardest ones to kind of break open, especially if you know how to play those head glitches. I think Thrive, if they want to take this map, they've got to chain those 1-2 very quickly here.
Thrive and Acrylic. Winners finals action. Team Acrylic already up 2-0 here in the series. Early Nathan Stuns coming out here. His shots starting to rain all over the skyline. And now it will be Team Acrylic that find the opening gunfights in their favor. But Icon starting to work his way around through the bottom side of the map, trying to open up things here for Thrive. Give him a little bit of room to breathe. This Team Acrylic now having a little bit of trouble getting out of this spawn.
Yeah, as we see, Nate, like you said, kind of frying right now here as they've got control of this hard point. 30 seconds left. Let's see if Team Acrylic will opt in to take the early rotates or if they're going to still look to challenge. As they have wiped a bit of Team Thrive off of this point right now. Whoop!
Team Acrylic sliding on in, able to find the kills necessary there to get this hold on in. Now Team Acrylic will start to force the issue over towards this P2 side where Thrive are laying in wait right now. Team Acrylic have that P1 locked down, and now you see those arrows moving their way up. Stu, early tags on in, couple of 1-for-1 trades, gonna go either which way, but it'll be Thrive that gets the two big opening kills into this hard point to open things up for them, and now finds the 4-team wipe in the feed.
Yeah, they're in the office building right now, and you see how hard it is to kind of penetrate that point there, right? There's only about 2 doors, and I think 1 other entrance here. As long as you're playing your angles, you're playing off of contact, Team Thrive can just kind of hold this point as nades start getting bolstered into that point, but Icons with the double kill.
Icons double kill from the top side as trades go either which way, and Team Acrylic not really able to find their way into this hill, and this has been the best start to a hard point that Thrive have had against this Acrylic squad back into their namesake as Thrive have cornered almost all of this time. Neum, maybe a late hit on in, trying to cause a little bit of damage here, finds one, but no more than that. And the trade battles ensuing, and Thrive gonna come out on top every single time.
Yeah, and look at Thrive just absolutely trading every single kill. As I say that, Neum will get some of this trash time on this point here, but already that kitchen point starting to get hotly contested by Thrive and Acrylic right now.
Yeah, it's getting highly contested, but and for the moment, it's Team Acrylic that has made the rotations now over onto the new hill. Thrive now have to be tasked with the force of the break. Trades going back and forth either which way you like it. Neum's going to come on top of that, but it's back and forth, and Thrive going to come out on top of that engagement battle, and Team Acrylic going to be forced back here, but they do have these close back spawns in these bedroom area, but Thrive players going to be all around waiting to play the cutoffs.
Yeah, and Stu just being a nuisance right now, kind of playing deep into the spawn, gets taken out by Neum, but he's going to get obviously called out here as 30 seconds have already gone by, and finally Acrylic think they can get into this point. RCD's trying to flush out one more member out of Thrive from this point.
Dello now into the hill, but not going to be able to find any kills. Trades go back and forth, and Thrive still coming out on top of these engagements somehow for the moment. Icons last one up. He'll have the reinforcements to come on through. Trades are there, and Thrive done just enough to hold on that hill. We move back on north towards it as Team Acrylic is here at the new hill, locked, cocked, and ready to rock.
Yeah. Thrive really good on these rotations right now. Team Acrylic, it just feels like they're playing catch-up every single time right now. As I say that, a couple kills come onto the board. They've wiped a bit of Thrive off of the map right now.
Team Acrylic holding this hill down well as Thrive tries to work their way into the backside. A couple of kills will happen to go their way. Neum now shots into him. The back shots delivered, and Icons slides right on into the hill with the rest of the Thrive squad, and the boys in blue have taken the hill once again with a lot of time left to work with, forcing Team Acrylic here now on to the re-break. Mercules in through the bottom bed side, trying to find a couple of kills. Will be able to find one. Now with that AR lighting it up as Team Acrylic runs right in like a hot knife through butter and opens this hill out.
Yeah, really good offensive push from Acrylic there as Thrive don't get too many points off of this hard point, but now we're going to get onto this next hill. We're going to get onto this next rotation very quickly here in Thrive. They've got some spawns working in their favor, except for one, number 4 there, all the way on the other side of the map.
And we work our way back into P1. First set of rotations now in the book as Thrive builds a little 25-second lead and now finds themselves on the P1 as well. Gunshots going down between either of these players, and a teammate comes in from Team Acrylic. Won't really help your cause as much there, but Dak now making his way around the owl, trying to force these spawns to flip, trying to get those better ones for P2, but Thrive and Icons just continue to do the dirty work here towards the hot tub side.
Icons was on that point for a while, man, holding it down. Our cities and Team Acrylic trying to get back into this right now. Trades, kills being back and forth, but still Thrive have control. They've gotten a majority of this point for themselves.
Yes, they have. 23 seconds left still with to work with for the boys in blue. Team Acrylic starting to fall a little bit by the wayside here, but not out of it yet by any stretch of the imagination as kills start to come through and matriculate for the boys in pink. And now they work their way through. They have now garnered those spawns for P2 as well, and a perfect flip out from the side of Team Acrylic.
Yeah, Icons picks up that last kill here. He might not even be able to pick up any of those crash time as we get back to the office point spawn here. Let's see if Team Acrylic can hold it the way Thrive did in that first set of point rotations. Stu gets the kill into our cities, and now he's going to regroup with his team, and they're going to get on the offensive.
Trying to hit up through the top side, but being cut down a little bit here, but Stu and Icons will be able to combine for two. There's Nate!
Oh,
nice
Nate.
slide child around from the back, will be able to find one on Catwalk, and now Thrive has broken right back into this P2 as soon as they lost it, and Team Acrylic finding themselves on the back foot once again, but being shut down towards the back door, and Thrive starting to thrive themselves.
Acrylic got 20 seconds on that point, and that was it. Thrive said, your time is up. The office space is ours. As they've got a meeting to attend to, 151 to 96.
Your time is up. My time is now. And right now, Team Acrylic seemingly can't see Thrive as they are just continuing to find the kills necessary to lock down every single hill. Finally, as Team Acrylic gets into it, they lose the spawns out towards P3, but you do have one player in Neum already cooking up in the kitchen here, waiting for the players to rotate on over. They will deal with him, and now the battle starts to ensue for New. Neum, two-piece, and then Acrylic bullies their way right on into the kitchen, but Nate the Great following right up behind with a kill of his own.
These guys just trading back and forth right now. One of the more hectic points as we get to the kitchen. Team Acrylic did have a solid hold of it last time, but Thrive funneling in. They've got time to work with. They can be methodical. They can be slow here, but instead, they're just running in.
Trying to run in 163 and counting right now for Thrive. They have just continued to matriculate time into their favor right now. 26 seconds is still a lot of time left to work with. Team Acrylic has to force the issue on here. They are just losing out on the lead every single second. You gotta find a way on in. Players starting to matriculate away from every single side, but Stu still playing the crossers here, still playing the head. He's still working on kills. 3-for-1 trade comes through for the side of Thrive.
Yeah, Thrive pick up those late point kills right now, and they're going to pick up these last couple seconds. As I say that, Acrylic finally get back. Our city's getting some crucial kills here, but you look at Thrive, they're already on the next point. They're already there. They've put their flag on the ground.
Yeah, ready to work here, but Mercules trying to work his way on in through the bathroom side. You've got other players starting to hit up through the bottom, but time just continuing to tick away in Thrive's favor. You've got to find a way in here soon, and now 2 kills do come through for the side of Team Acrylic, and you should be able to work your way into the hill. Still, players kind of looming around all the angles here for the side of Thrive, waiting for these gunfights to come through, but Team Acrylic will take this hill time as it is much needed at the moment.
See, Team Acrylic holding it down right now. Thrive have been pretty good at trying to break these defensive holes, but Team Acrylic, for the first time, and it feels like a while, finally able to get a majority of the point seconds in.
Yeah, you stop the bleeding a little bit here. You kind of bandage up those wounds, and now you try to get yourself back into the hard point. 186 to 150, but a big 10 seconds here for Thrive if they're able to garner it, but it will go Team Acrylic's way, and we will go back to a third set of rotations here. Only down about 20 seconds here for Team Acrylic.
Thrive, see if they can contest this point. We're back to the hot tub like you mentioned, and they've been pretty good at this point right now, but RCD's in a pretty dangerous position right now. Sneaky, as he's trying to look to maybe take somebody out here, maybe somebody on this prone spot, but he gets spotted out immediately.
Thrive trying to do everything they can to hold down this hill right now. Team Acrylic is also just shooting beams. Mercury is able to take out 2 big kills there, and Thrive now has to be forced with the task of the rebreak, but you can just not get past Alec Arcides, lighting it up, turning and burning. The 180s are clean, but Dello around from the top ropes, able to find the kill towards the hot tub area, and will still give Thrive the time that they need to keep this lead in hand. 18 seconds left on the time, and Team Acrylic starts to work their way over towards P2 as well as Team Thrive. Everyone starting to headbutt their way towards the top side.
We're getting down to the final minutes here. The final seconds, let's say, is 200 to 186 right now. So we see some Artillery barrage coming in. This is maps exploding all across the board right now.
2 kills coming through for Team Acrylic as they work in their way. 3-for-1 trade will go out in their favor, and they will be able to collect most of the initial hill time off of this P2. Now just waiting in corners, waiting for the reach house to come through from Team Thrive. They know that has to go now. Nate trying to play it from the top side, but just continuing watching his teammates fall around him off screen. Icons has the bottom wrap here as the rest of Thrive tries to hit up from the side. Delo and Nate will be able to find the first 2 up. Icons right up the top, and now he'll be able to find at least the time for Thrive.
Yeah, he goes up the rope, gets behind Team Acrylic there during the chaos, and finally gets taken out. But that hard point, that time going in Thrive's favor ever so slightly right now. 218 to 202. Stu!
It's a 3-for-3 trade that goes either which way and now leaves. Very interesting position here. Team Acrylic has worked their way into this hill, and it looks like Thrive will go for the rebreak on towards the new hill. 6 seconds left until it pops, and we are going to be knotted at 219 to 220 heading into this kitchen hill. Already shots starting to come in from Team Acrylic. They're starting to line up it, but now Thrive into the hill, starting to garner this initial time, but the reinforcements start to come through. Team Acrylic has now worked their way into the hill and now starting to garner time for themselves.
Oh, Team Thrive, they don't have a lot of time to give here. Team Acrylic, so close. They're at 230 right now. If they can hold this kitchen for 30 more seconds, 20 more seconds, they've got the set in a 3-0 fashion. But Team Thrive definitely have something to say about it.
Team Thrive trying to work their way in, but it's only 10 seconds. They have to go. They have to go now. You find a couple of kills that go your way, but it's the trade battle. So Team Acrylic, the comeback could be on. 4 seconds left. The kills have articulated. One more up, but the slides come through. Thrive into the hill and holding for now. 19 seconds left. They don't have enough time to win it here off of this hill, so it at least go to one more if Team Acrylic not able to fight their way back in, but it looks like they are here to reaggress. Dak trying to find the slide shell on him, won't be able to find it. The time's going to go Thrive's way, at least for the moment, but Team Acrylic trying to find the shots to come back in. Big 1v1. Merc sliding in with the pistol, not going to be able to find it, and now 246 to 246. Last hill up. Team Acrylic here first. 2 seconds needed. Trying to play the break, and Team Acrylic pushes themselves all the way to the grand finals.
Barn burner of a hard point there, and Thrive just gave a little too much over to Team Acrylic at the end there. A great rally. It felt like Thrive had a lot of that mid-game points, right? They rallied back. They had a 50-point lead at one point. But Team Acrylic, towards that later stage, they get enough kills, and they're able to just kind of route Team Thrive here, and nobody even played that bad. It was such a close game. You look on the Acrylic side, I mean, Merc was frying here, but everybody on the side of Thrive also doing well here. 21, I think I saw non-traded kills for one of their members, and that was close. That was close. We could get a rematch of this very, very soon. I feel bad for the losers, guys, because they got to go against Team Thrive in that lower bracket run.
No, I mean, in Team Acrylic right now, I mean, looking like the best team in the venue by far. And I think for me right now, it was just their resiliency, right? Especially in that last map, down and out, it looks like, but now bouncing their way all the way back, 250 to 202, 6-3, 250 to 246, and you're able to get it done and push yourself into the grand finals. Thrive will await for the loser. And right now, Kabul Gaming versus Luxury Exotic. That will be the matchup that we will have to kind of look into to see who Thrive will be playing.
Yeah, Cabal Gaming versus Luxury Exotics Gaming here. And you just casted the LEG guys, and they had a really nice series, right, against the Speedy White Men. A lot closer than I think the box score says, that 3-1 here. But Matt, I turn to you because you're the CoD guy, right? Cabal Gaming, Luxury Exotics. I mean, do you expect another close match? Do you expect something like maybe a 5-game series between these boys?
No, I definitely think that that one is going to be a highly contested series, a lot more competitive than what we just witnessed. But for me right now, Thrive is still looking like that team to beat outside of Team Acrylic. Absolutely disgusting right now. Thrive has still had that hardpoint prowess that has been up for them really since the start of the tournament. It's just now against a team like Team Acrylic where you have so many good players. It's just really tough to be able to come time and time again. But, I mean, heading into it, I'd have to lead at least to Luxury Exotics to be able to push themselves into the losers final, but I'd still go with Thrive if we get there.
Yeah, Thrive, the big bad boss at the end of it all. Team Acrylic going to sit pretty at that grand finals match. Going to maybe watch this Cabal and LEG to see who they might be facing up against. But, I mean, Thrive, they kept it close at the end. That last map was super close. That's how we expected Hardpoint 1 to go down, right? That's what we were thinking, how close it would be here. But Team Acrylic kind of showing why they're the top dog, showing why they were the team on everybody's list right now. Matt, I mean, it's just kind of tough, right? Kind of tough to play against that squad.
Yeah, Team Acrylic looking dominant in every facet of the game. Right now, Thrive will just have to sit and wait for that winner to come on through. And now, for the side of Team Acrylic, you are sitting pretty, you are sitting fine in the grand finals of the GA Black Ops 6 launch tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, go get you some water after that one. A spicy series nonetheless. And heading now into our loser semis, you're not going to want to miss anything. Don't go anywhere just yet. We'll be right back.